All right, guys, I have another Oris here to show you. This is, of course, another Big Crown Pro Pilot, but this is a limited edition. Here's the hang tag and the part number, and I'll put a link in the description to... It gets a little tricky because you're going to come to a home page for it, and then you have to choose one of 3 aircraft that this organization uses. This one is the Airbus helicopter H145, so you would skip the plane, the other helicopter, and you choose this one. Then you have to choose which call sign for that, because they have like many of those helicopters in the fleet. So this one's the HBZQN, which is going to pick your caseback. So each one has multiple caseback options, and you can see this one here is the HBZQN, excuse me, and this is number 8 of 100. So they're limited edition as well, but it's the first time I've seen that level of options where you can pick the airplane, the first helicopter, and then the second helicopter, and then you pick which call sign because there's multiple in that fleet. It's interesting for sure, interesting thing they've done. So very cool, though. It is a stainless steel watch, and it has a gray PVD coating on it that kind of gives it a very rugged military look to it. Definitely a robust look for sure. It has a rotating bezel. We'll cover that in a moment too. This is also a GMT style watch, and it's using the Oris 798 movement, otherwise known as the Sellita SW330. Now this one is, because of the bezel, I think I posted that watch first. That one measured at 41, the Oris Pro Pilot in the back. This case is still the same case. It's still a 41 case, but if you measure it at the bezel, it's 41 and a half. So what you're seeing at the bezel is 41 and a half millimeter. You can see it's got a little more protrusion there. It is still 48 and a half lug to lug. This one's also thinner. It has less of a domed sapphire crystal than that one. It still has a double dome on it, but it's less dramatic. So this is only 12 millimeter thick, including that 20 millimeter lug width, and it still has the 7.5 millimeter crown. And it has the awesome clasp system that I like a buckle on a aircraft or something. So you just lift it, and it lifts right up. Full leather strap, really thick, red backed. Kind of ties in with the red accent on the dial, bezel, and on the GMT hand. 100-meter water resist, screw down crown. And in case you don't know, on the Sellita GMT, so when you unscrew the first position, you're going to be able to just wind the movement. So you can wind it. It is automatic as well, but you can wind it. And then you pop it out to the first position. And this is where you can set the date, or you can advance the GMT hand, which is advance only. You can't go backward with it. But you can set it up, and then you can go ahead and screw that back down. If you pull it out one more spot, you'll be able to hack the second hand, stop the second hand, and adjust the time. Retail price on this is $3,400. I don't know if it was on there. I don't think it is. Sapphire crystal, AR coating, all that stuff, normal specs. But $3,400 on this guy for retail. So if we zoom in a little bit here, we can take a closer look at the dial. And you can see there, Big Crown Pro Pilot has their little logo there for the, is it Rega or Rega? Limited edition is what this is. And super, super legible. Of course, you have the 24-hour track on the chapter ring inside there. And then you have the Arabics printed on there that are all loomed. Everything will be, it's super white right now, and that means it's going to be BGW9 grade A lume. Now, the rotating bezel is actually a pulsometer type thing. It's got the base 30 pulsations. So I'm not super familiar how to use that, but you use the second hand to do it. So you could rotate that around. I don't know why you would rotate it around, or if you could just wait until it hits the mark and then go, but that's typically how you would just do it, I guess. But it's still fidget spinner, if nothing else. Here's a closer look at that case back. Shows the Airbus H145, some information, your actual number of your limited edition, and if you want more information on that organization, the link is in the description, because I don't know. Let's pop this thing on my wrist so you can take a look at that. This is what it looks like on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It's going to present a little bit smaller than the bronze one or a regular stainless steel one does, because the really dark gray or a black watch is just going to look smaller on wrist. It's just the way it works. Love this clasp. I could see this clasp on many more watches for sure. Let's kill the lights and check the lume. You know what? I'm going to cheat on this one a little bit, guys. I'm going to blast it. There you go. Good, clean, crisp PGW9 lume. A little bit brighter on the hour and minute versus the printed on dial, but still plenty legible. Nice application. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid.